Hello, all you delicious devils out there. Welcome aboard, ladies, gentlemen, and bedorkables to Zone's Outpost, the podcast of the meme team with Woofy and my two buddies here, TJ and Snooty, ready to go into some gaming talks today as we will go through the episode known as Gaming. What's your aesthetic? Say hello, you two.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you two back at it again. Like, it's been a while. We have actually not really been talking throughout this entire month because TJ had some vacation to take care of. I hope you really loved that recharge.
It's nice doing essentially what I do now, just in a different locale. To be honest.
Yeah. I understand that completely. Actually, there's no joke about that.
Because when you say that it's like I go on vacation, there is an expectation that I've gone to a nice exotic place. Spending every day going to somewhere new, never really being in the same place. I'm staying in like a hotel. That's more of a base point, and then we go on to bigger things. No, I was sitting on a settee, eating pizza every day, and just general crap, playing video games and watching Log Horizon, actually, which is a show that's...
Ooh! Hey, good taste! Good taste.
Where was my invite, by the way? That sounds fucking nice.
Well, my invite... Well, I say my invite is normally your invite, because I do the same thing just at your place instead.
I see.
So yeah, that was my vacation. So make of it as you will.
Well,
there was a dog, okay, and I blessed these two with images of Freddy. Freddy is he's getting on a little bit, bless him, but he's a very nice golden retriever.
He's a good boy.
And I made the mistake of giving him attention, and so I was then on a bound for the remaining 4 days. For him to never leave my side.
That sounds
That's usually
lovely.
how it is with the golden retrievers.
It is, yes.
They will retrieve your heart.
Water as well. I went for a walk along the beach and got let off his lead, straight into the sea. Honestly, he just went straight in. So
good stuff. Well, today.
Anyway, enough about me. Crusher, how's your month been?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Busy. I've been doing kind of midterms. They scheduled we could bear down from midterms.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. I was wondering if I should say something, but then I was like,
it's a bear dance.
No, but they
when like two people have an inside joke and it's an only inside joke between the two, and the third person's there like, what the hell are you on about?
That's why I decided against it.
Yeah, but still,
they scheduled some certification, and I have certification that I can put on my resume now, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So busy.
I know what midterms are because of anime.
Yeah, that's why
in Britain we don't have midterms. It's only in anime.
We actually, I don't know. Like you said, there's like you've got stuff to put on your resumes. These are actual official exams, right?
Yes, but the people who held the certification tests are not. How do you say this? Related to the school in any way? Like they're
third party.
They're a third party that the school has a deal with. They spend some time during our classes to teach us about this stuff, and then we get some percents of taking their exam, and then we can write it on our resumes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's actually really valuable.
Yeah, that's fair. Like over here in the UK, just from my experience of because I didn't do any further education from like college. I did A levels, which does count. Like you leave school, you air quotes leave school at the age of 16, and then I stayed on for 2 more years to do my A levels. But we never really had midterms. Like the only tests you had, like all of our exams that actually mattered were at the end of the year, like everyone. So any midterms or stuff that you did earlier were normally in your second year, because around like October, November time before Christmas, you would have retakes, resits, and mock exams. So they were kind of our midterms, to be honest, and they were only mock exams. Although I do guess like when I did like secondary school, which is the qualifications you get at 16. I don't know what the Danish equivalent is, but here in the UK they were your GCSEs. So you would sometimes do like not all of the exams, but sometimes it would be like certain modules from like I remember I had to do like I think it was my non-calculator exam for maths was actually at Christmas in my second year, and then the calculator test was at the end of the second year. So sometimes that happens, and that was like official maths or foundation
and non-calculator.
Yes,
like written exams.
In exams, yeah. So in our mathematics exams, they were split into calculator, non-calculator, and also foundation and higher maths, which is that's kind of the standard of the maths questions you get, really. So I think foundation was done at Christmas and higher was done at the end of the year. So
because we do written and with calculator, and then we do an oral maths.
Yeah.
Is it just like a calculator and non-calculator? Are they both written, or do you have
They're both written? Yeah.
Okay.
The only difference is one you take a calculator with you, and the other you don't.
Maybe we should do a school episode since this is
This is getting into some educational levels, and we're not about that live.
From high school, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh no, that's a shame. That's a little bit of a shame.
Hey, welcome to episode 7, TJ's trauma dumping episode of his horrendous time at school. No.
Oh, so we're just gonna pull a fast one and then, have a very serious conversation, then turn into something stupid like Trash Taste does when they go from serious conversations to shit.
I think that's just our normal conversation.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Pretty standard.
Yeah, so this was about gaming, and I feel that we took the gaming episode because we have been through an introductory episode where we just talked about, our companionship, so to speak, and then we had an anime episode that was fully about like anime and what we like. But I do feel we're all gamers, Gamers, rise up! And we all learned about each other through a game. That fell to the floor really, really fast. But that's absolutely fine because we're going to talk about gaming. And the first thing I want to mention is like, what kind of genres do we like playing? Because, of course, gamers are different. I know it sounds very crazy, everybody, but gamers can have different tastes. Oh my goodness, I never realized. So,
they can have different tastes. It just happens some of them are wrong.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, like anyone that would unironically play Minecraft. But yeah, that's a talk for another time. No. We're just gonna move past that.
You're outnumbered on this one.
What the actual fuck?
I said that I chose violence this morning. Wolfie's already dropping the bombshells.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
no, let's start with you.
Yeah, you know what? We'll go with that. All right.
Let's start with Woofy, then we can dig in.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. As with the anime episode, we get all the clangers out the way first with Woofy's opinions on anything, and then the sensible people take their turn to talk.
Okay. I see how it is. Around here. But yeah, I chose to put in a category called the favorite genres, and I'm just gonna start out and say that my favorite game genres are very limited because I'm a pretty picky gamer. So I am pretty much put into 4-5 different categories, which are JRPGs, Western RPGs, hero shooters, first-person shooters, and MOBAs. And those 5 are like the only game types that I like really put a lot of time and effort into because I love all those genres equally. Of course, I also play some on the side with like auto battlers and stuff, but I count auto battlers as just a game mode that was made by a MOBA. So that's pretty much the games I enjoy playing.
So you've got a mix of, I guess, what I'd say casual games as well. Like JRPGs, Western RPGs. Then you've got your like more competitive streak on display, MOBAs, hero shooters, because hero shooters don't normally have a single player unless Like, I think Battlerite had something like that.
Battleborn also tried, but Battleborn kind of died before it even.
Oh, not Battlerite, yeah,
off.
Battleborn. That's the one I was on about.
Yeah,
yes.
The 2K
so
game.
you do have a mix, and I think that's a common thread with all of us is that we enjoy casual games, but we also play a little bit of competitive on the side.
I think
I'm or competitive games with casual on the side.
I'd say I'm 80% casual and like 20%.
We have the nice spectrum then. We have nearly all competitive, the medium ground, and snooty.
And then we have snooty.
I moved
full
away from
gradient.
competitive because I can't. I get so fucking angry and tilted. I'm just like, it's not worth it for me to play. I like playing like competitive games, but I'm more so inclined to play like Minecraft with my friends, where we could sit and talk shit, and it doesn't really matter as much. We do some casual play.
But yeah, I mean, when it comes to those games, I feel that when, as you mentioned, TJ, it's like kind of a gradient, is that I go from the most casual to the most competitive. Because I feel hero shooters is maybe the most casual approach to a competitive game, since it's always so fast-paced, it's always with flashy abilities, it's always like very straightforward and very fast-paced, compared to a normal FPS game that would be more tactical-oriented with like sneaking and accuracy decrease when you're moving, all those kind of high competitive aspects, they are hidden more within FPS than hero shooters. But then, there's...
The point I would say that there's also a important difference between, you say, tactical FPSs as well, and what constitutes as a normal FPS is more, I think maybe the correct terms to say a tactical FPS, so as you say, your CSGO, your Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege, they're probably the three biggest ones, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
The tactical shooter market, but also like you've got your arcadey shooters as well. So Call of Duty, Battlefield as well.
Ironside.
Battlefield. Ironside, yeah.
we should totally make an Ironside stream one time.
It's a COD clone, Korean COD clone, right?
Yeah.
And
also
COD
surprisingly good, surprisingly fun. Like even got to throw some throwbacks here, like stuff like Medal of Honor as well is a classic shooter on the time there. So
but like FPS is a mix of both the tactical and the arcade shooters as one collective genre for me, because I play both. I love playing Call of Duty, but I actually started enjoying playing some CSGO lately. I've actually been practicing my aim because I was desperate for a shooter, and I was like, I don't want Riot Vanguard. I'm sorry. I know it's safe. I know that Valorant is like the new hot thing on the market, and it's kind of the weirdest mix ever, a hero shooter mixed with tactical FPS. But I was just like, I just need a shooter that I can just download and get on with. So I started with Apex Legends, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. There were too many Smurfs, and I am not a Battle Royale fan at all. Like, I can't play them. The only Battle Royale game I ever enjoyed was Realm Royale, rest in peace. Because it was actually fun compared to any other Battle Royale game in the genre.
It was so dog shit, dude.
Every night in my dreams, I see the chickens
ever made.
No, dude, you are so wrong. You are absolutely wrong. Sorry.
Overall aesthetic of the game was so terrible. The same with Paladins.
Squidward, I don't speak wrong. Let's move on with that.
I hated everything about it.
No. Like,
terrible.
No, that's wrong. But yeah, like, I went into some CSGO lately, and within a few days, I've actually improved my accuracy tremendously. We're talking about like a 12% accuracy increase from like back when I didn't play it. So when I play something like Paladins now, or when I'm going into Call of Duty Vanguard when that comes out, then I do think I will have a good time, because CSGO has really prepared me for like aiming well and like crosshair placement, which I know is kind of the reason why you would play CSGO, to learn these kind of mechanics. But at the same time, I didn't expect to actually figure it out that soon. Because
I mean, that soon.
You know, like playing it and executing it. Dude.
I've been playing shooters with you for a long time. And
yeah.
You're the most jerky person I know in shooters. Like, your mouse will just go...
Yeah. I have fixed that since then. Trust me, I've fixed that since then.
To say that you found out so soon, it's been like what? How long have we known each other now?
Yeah, soon 10 years actually, because I think we actually met before even me and my significant other got together. So, when we were still like on the dating stage, I was up in the rehearsal room the first time. I remember. Yeah. And that was in November, I think.
So soon is kind of funny to me. Because
no, but that's because I've never really played tactical shooters. I've always played the shooters where it doesn't matter whether you hit in the body or the head, where it's just like hit your target. So I was just like running maximum sensitivity and just blasting through everything with no understanding of when and why. But figuring out how to execute in CSGO, that is the thing that I'm impressed that I actually figured out soon, because I've never really played in that kind of fashion in shooters. So it was more of getting used to that particular game style that I was impressed about, rather than that I'm able to aim, because that's something I should have learned a long time ago. That's the reason I was kicked from multiple FPS teams.
Well, I'm glad that you'll be able to finally hit the side of the barn, as the target was the side of an entire apartment building. So, we're working up closer towards the goal.
And enough about bullying me. What about you, Snooty? What's your favorite genres?
Yeah, let's bully Snooty now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like single player games. I don't like playing with you guys.
Yeah, don't worry about the feelings mutual. I'm glad someone said it. Jesus Christ.
Like, if you had asked me, I don't know, 5 years ago, I'd say like competitive games, CSGO. Like, we played a bunch of Dota at that time, MOBAs in general. I don't know. I don't like how angry I get, how angry other people get around those kind of games. So I'm just like, I don't want that in my life.
Oh.
So I mainly just do single player at the moment. Also
I respect the zen.
But what kind of genres in single player do you play?
Action adventure. I think.
Okay, so what genres in action adventure do you play?
I've been playing.
Because it's kind of everything. Everything.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
I've been playing Ghost.
Oh, you're a casual gamer. Name me 6 action adventure games.
Ghost of
Damn, I should have gone for it.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've been playing Doom lately. The newer ones.
Eternal?
Yes.
Ooh,
and
sweet.
Wolfenstein, the newer ones.
That's not action adventure, but yeah, I got
you.
No,
I know, but just the single player games I've been playing. I'd say it's an action game, right?
I rate Doom.
It's an FPS game, just not
it's a
PvP FPS game. Yeah, but like it's still an FPS game. It's a first-person shooter. You're shooting, just like BioShock is also a first-person shooter.
Also a very good game. It's been a while.
BioShock. Ooh.
Very good series.
BioShock 4, please.
I'm staying quiet.
Okay, thanks for that. Can you do that for the rest of this podcast also? I'm kidding. Don't!
Oh no! Damn, why you do this? Why did you do our boy dirty like that? You did our boy dirty. Say you're sorry.
He's not.
Sorry.
That's the thing. He's not sorry.
That's actually true. Shit.
I'm sorry. We're sorry.
No, I was going to drop an absolute nuclear warhead down in this gaming stream.
I dare you to.
So don't worry, it's nothing really that contentious. It's just that I haven't actually played the BioShock games.
Oh, yeah, they're really good. You should try them.
It's literally it. But it's sort of like one of the things where it's like, played and it's like, oh my god, what the hell is wrong with you? It's like, Jesus, we've only have like an hour and a half podcast. Gonna make an appointment for next week just to add it on, extended edition. If you want to go down that route.
Yeah, but seriously, dude, it seems you're playing a little bit of everything within the single player space.
Yeah, before that I played a lot of Battlefield and was pretty decent at that.
You played that with your classmates, right?
No.
Or was it your colleagues?
No, I met a guy online who was a streamer, and his kind of streaming crew. We played a bunch.
All right.
On his stream. Yeah, I got pretty good at it, like top 10-12%.
Yeah.
In like stats overall, so
that's pretty good.
Kind of competitive. What did you call the casual shooter?
Yeah. I mean, that depends on which battlefield you're playing.
Arcade shooter.
Yeah, that's an arcade
shooter.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Because
so that's the last like competitive game I played when that came out in like 18.
Right. Shit, that's some years ago by now.
Teach, you're up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you?
Batter up. I have the issue where I don't really know what to play these days. I'm a very eclectic gamer. I feel that there aren't many genres which I say that I dislike or won't play. I'll pretty much play anything. It more depends on like feeling at the time and what I want to play. So it's difficult for me to say like a specific game genre that I really like. I think that I've played games from many different genres, and all of them have been, pretty fantastic, and I've enjoyed. So I'm much more about the actual game itself rather than limited by a genre, so to speak. It's a roundabout way of saying I don't really know how to answer the question, but to give you an idea, like
games you've been into recently.
Games I've been into recently, so over the pandemic, really, I have been playing a lot of competitive games over the pandemic. Playing my MOBAs, Pokemon Unite is probably the most recent MOBA I've played. Also played so much Smite. Honestly, a ridiculous amount of Smite. It's actually insane.
Could you play with me sometime?
Yeah, we played some games together. Did some coaching together at one point and only 1 point. Played some cards. I've actually really been going back into Call of Duty Cold War, actually, and playing some zombies, which is just a really nice chill game mode I can play. It's like, oh hey, I have like 2 hours free and I don't know what to do. I'll just play a zombies game. That normally lasts about 2 hours and have a bit of fun. But yeah, just looking at my shelf, really, just a repertoire. So I've got my COD games. I was a big fan of the Assassin's Creed series as well. I've got Odyssey there. Black Flag. As in, I used to play every Assassin's Creed game religiously and complete every single one as much as I could. But now of the recent Assassin's Creed games, I've only actually played Odyssey. And I still haven't finished Odyssey either.
Same.
There's some Dishonored, Doom 2016, Fallout as well, Horizon Zero Dawn, GTA, Last of Us, the Uncharted franchise, stuff like that. It's just a mix of everything. So yeah, sorry, I can't really answer the question. Like, do I specifically play one or the other? It's just whatever I'm feeling at the time.
Yeah, I just noticed that like you have like 3 recurring genres. In my opinion, when it comes to like you trying out new games, I feel you have a love for MOBAs in general because they're very complex and you love to learn about them and perfect the art of the game knowledge. And then together with shooters, it doesn't matter which type.
Rainbow Six, Call of Duty, Battlefield,
exactly. Like all of
I'll
them.
do them all.
And then you're also a bit of an RPG fan because I know you played through Persona 5 on stream. And I know you played through Vampire on stream, so it's both Western and JRPGs that you're
into. And I did Fallout 4 on stream as well.
Exactly.
I did Fallout New Vegas on stream.
Exactly.
Horizon Zero Dawn has RPG elements in it.
That's also an RPG.
I mean, it's a mix of kind of everything, really. But I guess maybe, yeah, you know what? Let's just go with those 3 genres. I play MOBAs, I play shooters, and I play RPGs.
I kind of love that.
Everything.
I could better it for you.
I've just named every video game under the sun, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can actually edit out the last 10 minutes of waffle and just go with that.
Yeah. But yeah, that is pretty much like the funny thing is that when you're on the spot and you have to like mention that's kind of like when you're at a party, right? And somebody says,
As if I go to parties.
I was at a party on
exactly Friday,
and it was a terrible time.
Parties.
I hate when random people just ask me questions out of the blue. Hey, what's your favorite blah blah? I'm like,
but okay, let's just say you're hanging out with your friends and you're getting like this question. What's your favorite?
This is hanging out.
Seriously, I wish that I could fucking hit you across the screen. I know that you're in fucking Ishøy, but I'm gonna go get you. Ishøy. But yeah,
I'm pretty safe over here then.
Yeah, I'm not going to Leicester anytime soon.
No, me neither.
No, I'm going to
Lemony. Worcestershire sauce.
But yeah, like... But yeah, like, I feel that we all kind of have one thing in common. We do like to do the shooty bang bang, whether or not it's single player or multiplayer.
And also in games.
Bruh! You are unhinged today, my friend. You are unhinged. Don't you think you need your medicine anytime soon, you little bitch? Shit, dude. Oh my goodness. I knew this was too early. I should have prepared better.
This was too early to do a podcast.
Apparently so, because Snooty is still in troll mode. He is at that mode until like 18, 19, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, then it's sleep mode at 18, 19.
So we like shooters.
Yeah, we like shooters. We like RPGs pretty much, like adventure games, running around and exploring stuff, games. Collecting stuff, getting better, being a badass, jumping into a ball of hay and then say, hey, here I am. That's just an Assassin's Creed reference, but let's not talk about that because I'm the only one out of the three of us that has never really played one because I dislike stealth games. But I see the appeal.
That's a good route to go down. So there's a lot of games that we like to play, but what don't? I know I'm kind of like mixing up Wolfie's meticulously planned itinerary, but maybe that's a good point to start. What games don't we play? Like, what games do we not enjoy? Like, what is it about them that just like if you see an advertisement on YouTube or like you're reading articles or stuff and you see an advert for a game, what is it about that advert or that game that's being advertised that makes you just go, no?
I'll try pretty much everything except for games like World of Warcraft. I can't like relate to any of those games.
MMOs.
It's so time consuming and you have to grind at it and there's a full science to it. Path of Exile is another one where I just can't put so much time into it that to be able to play the game where it's fun, you have to spend a lot of time being good at it.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Okay.
But other than that, I can't really think of any games that I wouldn't at least give a try. But that's just me.
Yeah, all right. What about you, TJ?
I need to think about this, to be honest. Like in terms of like tropes in games, when I look at them, like I haven't really played a recent AAA game because I find the current like live service sort of model a massive turnoff for me because I feel it's a lot of it's most often grinding. I'm thinking of games like thinking of Destiny 2. I'm thinking of Anthem. What else was there more recent? Even the Assassin's Creed games as well, to an extent, with Odyssey, where it gets really repetitive, it gets really grindy. Like Destiny, when it first came out, I think this was 2014. It first came out. Like I played that game on release. I loved Destiny. But then I hit the end game and realized that to actually advance in this game, I just need to grind, and that's the point when I just put the game down. Yeah. It's the same reason why I agree with Snooty as well when it comes to like MMOs. I've tried MMOs, I have nothing against them, but there does reach a point where it just gets a little bit too grindy, and my attention and my motivations to play just goes. I just won't play the game ever again. This is true for Blade and Soul, for Neverwinter, for I was playing Dauntless a bit, and it's like, yeah, there's some fun to be had here, but as soon as it gets grindy, I just say no.
I feel it's kind of that situation where, you know, you don't like having a game that has to be your only game to play to, you know, make it work. And that's the problem with MMOs and like the bigger games that are really grindy, is that you have to like cut out other games to have time to grind out on the other games, right? And that gets really, really boring with most people to just sit and do the same thing over and over and over again, and they never get like a fresh a breeze of fresh air with like a different genre, a different game in general. They have to just dedicate themselves to this one game to make it work. I also
realized that I'm there is a contradiction in what I've said, because I also like playing zombies, and if I want to, like, you play zombies, actually just with the competitive games I play, it's like when you play League of Legends, Dota, you're playing the same map. You're still grinding away.
But there are different characters you're going up against.
Yes. Okay, but zombies is like, oh, whenever the game gets grindy, I put it down. So why do I just play 2 hours of zombies to level up some weapons? I'm literally doing the grinding.
Because in World of Warcraft, you didn't just play 2 hours.
But you know what it is? It's because the actual gameplay loop is fun.
Yeah,
and it keeps me playing.
That's addicting.
It's an aesthetic.
Yeah, of course. True. Yeah. And,
people from my class, we're IT, so of course there's a lot of people who play World of Warcraft, and listening to them talk about playing World of Warcraft at the level they're playing sounds so exhausting to me. I've literally seen people in class doing like Excel sheets on raid parties and doing stats on different like
I'm just
loadouts.
Gonna like sink into my
and I'm
chair.
like,
when I start being
why would you do that? And when I asked them from when I played, like, what's changed, and it doesn't sound like a lot. So how long can you keep playing this game? Because all of them have played like from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? How?
The barrier of entry becomes so big already, so when you hear the advanced strats, you're just completely mind blown that it requires so much effort to make such a thing work, like a WoW raid guild, right?
But it sounds like it sounds like work rather than fun.
Yeah, and that some people enjoy having work as their fun. Like,
it's exhausting.
There are a lot of people that enjoy playing games like that, where they have to like optimize everything and work for it to make it work. And I agree with both of you. I'm also not of the MMO cast. I've tried so many MMOs, but I've never stuck around for them long enough, like maybe maximum 2 months before I left, because I had other games that I rather wanted to play. And I know that TJ put this up as a new idea, you know, what don't we like, but I'm gonna go on one of these rants again. Get ready for your ears.
Everyone get comfortable.
Fucking hell, I despise Battle Royale games as a whole. And I know that if there's anyone in comments that hears this, they will go fucking nuts, I swear. I hate that game mode for several reasons. I feel it is what is ruining games today. It was the first games that started coming out with all this loot boxing shit, and then other games started taking advantage of that. Like even AAA games like Call of Duty and Battlefield and stuff, Battlefront started having loot boxes in their games. And I feel it kind of came from the fact that something like Fortnite got popular, a game where you buy loot packs to open.
Yeah, there aren't any loot boxes in Fortnite.
No.
Oh yeah, they got removed actually.
Yeah. No, they've never had it.
You never had them.
You buy skins.
Oh, okay. Then it was a different
loot
game.
Loot boxes, you're thinking more. I'd say Apex Legends, but Apex hasn't been out that long either.
Oh.
No, you're on about PUBG H1Z1. They
they had loot boxes. Yeah.
Yes. PUBG didn't have loot boxes for other than cosmetics.
That was cosmetic. Yeah, but that was just one side thing to it. The main problem why I fucking hate Battle Royale is that it contradicts the basic gameplay. There is nothing worse than playing a shooter where you have no weapons and you have to be lucky to get the right weapon to win a game. I cannot see the logical point of playing an FPS game where your skills are dependent on luck instead of your luck being dependent on skill.
It's all RNG.
It's all RNG.
I'll give you that. Like,
it's
you
awful.
Drop in Fortnite and you get like a normal weapon, and someone has like a golden weapon.
Yeah, and then they hit you in one shot and you're dead.
Health. You have the same base health, you have the same shield, but they kill you faster because they have a rarity weapon.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
I fucking despise it because it goes against the concepts of an FPS or a third-person shooter, just a shooter in general. The main thing about shooters is that they're balanced around the weapons. And if you can't like choose what to start out with, and you just drop down with nothing at all, and anybody else is lucky enough to get a better weapon than you, you're done.
The thing I liked about the new Call of Duty, is it Modern
Warzone?
Warzone, yeah.
That's the battle royale.
You could do layouts before you dropped in, and then you pick up weapons until you can get your loadout.
Yeah, because Warzone's not limited by rarity, is it? It's just you pick up the weapon and then you've preset the load. Obviously, you grind for the attachments and stuff, but the thing with the attachments that I found with playing like Cold War is the attachments are just like, oh hey, this is a different reticule. I can just move a little bit quicker when I'm moving about. It's not like with Fortnite example, common pump versus legendary pump. Yeah,
you don't feel that.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
So the thing they did right, in my opinion, is that you can, before you load into a game, you can customize your weapons. Of course, you have to unlock it by progression, but you can do your own exact loadout. This is what I want to play with. This is the weapons that I'm good at, or this is the kind of range that I'm usually fighting in. So yeah, I think they did that right in that game. But otherwise, I agree completely with you. Also, the Battle Royale game that are doing third person, fuck off. Don't. Shooter games to me should never be in third person.
Unless it's Gears of War that was literally perfected for third person shooting.
Never played it.
Okay, but yeah, I've never played it either, but I've seen like literally hours of content, both tournaments, playthroughs and so on of Gears of War, and it's just absolutely perfect when it comes to third-person shooter. They perfected it, and one that
they created the blueprints that everyone tried to follow since. Yeah. And Gears of War came out like early 2010s. That's
we're actually in the zeros. Like I think it was 2005 the first game came out.
Oh yes, I remember.
It's very old. It's like
it's one of the early Xbox 360 games. Okay, apologies, but yeah, if you think about it, like with the sort of gaming tropes that spawns, like Gears of War, the third-person cover shooter, and even to this day, like there are a lot of games that's like try to recreate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, third-person, over-the-top camera, and also like you can also take inspiration from like Resident Evil 4 as well with their third-person camera and their moveset. It's like one game does something different and everything else tries to copy the blueprints but doesn't actually copy. Like they copy the blueprint but they don't understand what it was about the blueprints that made it good in the first place.
That's what we're seeing with Battle Royale games, that everyone is copying the blueprint the game mechanics and then putting their own.
To be honest, it surprises me that like the Battle Royale genre took so long to even come about. It's only within the last 5 years, I want to say.
5-10 years.
Battle Royales have actually existed. Probably. It's like I think it's a case where developers are just kind of kicking themselves. It's like, how the heck did we not think of this?
I think maybe it's an infrastructure thing that it's been hard to have 100+ players in.
Yeah, true.
Like a game without it being utter crap. I think it would have killed the franchise if it had come out earlier than it did, because people wouldn't have gotten like a better. They're by no means polished yet. I would say Battle Royale games. There's still a lot of work to be done. But I think had they come out earlier than they did, I think they would have flopped immediately, because they couldn't provide like a quality of service.
But the thing is, like with Battle Royales, is like The only real way you can go from Battle Royale is to have a unique gameplay loop or a gameplay mechanic that separates you from everything. So Fortnite has building, it's third person. PUBG is...
With vehicles.
PUBG did the vehicles a lot sooner. Fortnite did the vehicles.
Maps.
Apex went for movements and
parkour.
having...
Parkour!
Like, parkour. Also having, like, champions that you play as.
But that's built on Titanfall.
Yeah, that's a hero shooter battle
That's
royale, kinda.
Yeah, but Titanfall wasn't a battle royale. But that's the thing,
No.
everything borrows from everything else.
I kind of want to say yes, but it was team-based, right? Titanfall. You drop down, fight with mechs, and when your mechs got destroyed, you have to fight like a battle royale kind of esque game mode until you can earn back your mech.
But I mean, okay, but battle royale in the sense of like loading in a mass amount of players onto a single map, because the idea of like a free for all has been around since like gaming began.
Yeah. Since very
like
early
as soon as
gaming
shooters
days,
existed, like there were free for all game modes.
Titanfall was
talking like early, I want to say like early Quake as well, like Halo, or some of the powerhouses of
Unreal Tournament.
Unreal Tournament. What is it? Halo, the first Call of Duties, Medal of Honor, like all of these initial shooters did have free for all modes. It just took one person to say, instead of having like 10 people on a map, what if we make it 100 people on a map? And yeah, I do agree that hardware limitations at the time probably didn't allow that, but hardware was advancing very quickly. Like the GameCube could run pretty powerful games, but it was also absolute hell to develop for. That's another argument. I do remember the GameCube. The GameCube was fantastic. I just wish my brother didn't sell the bloody thing before I could get any games for it.
It's funny you just mentioned the GameCube, because that reminds me, I just recently started playing the newest Mario Party game, Mario Party Superstars. And they borrow maps from the GameCube games, the Nintendo 64 games, and like pretty much every game in the series. And I just remember that all the minigames that were from the GameCube games were the best minigames. So yeah, like it's funny you mentioned it. Like GameCube was a forgotten console, kinda in Nintendo's eyes, but at the same time, they had some freaking bangers on that system.
I mean, Resident Evil 4. Was where the GameCube came on. You had like some of the original Donkey Kong games. You had Super Mario Sunshine was on there as well.
Skyward Sword.
Wind Waker as well.
Wind Waker,
I would love to go back and play Wind Waker. There are a lot of games that I know I would have enjoyed, but I just never got a chance. Sonic Adventure 2. That was one of the games we did have.
What up,
Snooty wants to talk.
New question. What was the first console you guys played on?
Sega Genesis.
Commodore 64.
Ooh, damn.
Look at this old person over here.
I'm NES.
Like, oh my God, 64.
I'll say NES. I played on my brother's NES before I got a PlayStation 2, I think.
Okay.
That's my first console.
There
are a lot of good games on those.
Yep. If we're
just
like
an interesting question when you talk about GameCube. It's just
okay. I'm gonna list off a few games that are on the GameCube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mario Party, Double Dash, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Super Mario Sunshine, Metroid Prime, Wind Waker, Resi 4, Paper Mario, Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon Colosseum, Superstar Strikers, Tales, Fire Emblem, Pikmin, Metal Gear Solids. Like, there are some bangers of games here, and that's the doorbell, which I might actually have to go. Apologies.
Yeah, we'll take it from here. Just take care of it. But yeah, like for real. Now that you mentioned the whole first console, I remember that.
How did you get a Commodore 64?
My dad came home with one. Like he was out. He was at maybe a shop out on the countryside, because we had a lot of small markets here and there where I grew up. Mm-hmm. So he just came home one day and said, "There, console, play." And I had to figure it all out myself, because he didn't know. He only knew how to connect it to the TV. I had to figure out the console. And it was a fun time. I didn't get to play many games, but I did play 4 or 5 different games on it.
Can you remember Like, because I can't name a single Commodore 64 game.
The sun caught in her raven hair.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
I will have to look at the games list and like what they look like, because I only remember them by like how they looked.
Because I think I can remember like Pong.
Outrun was one that was a racing game. And then I had, let me see, I also had what was it called? It was like a karate game of some sort. Let me see. Karate. It was called IK Plus. I played that. And then I played Bubble, which later became a really big series for the Sony consoles later on down the line. And Mayhem. That was also that was pretty much.
Oh wait, wasn't Mayhem like when you were like was that a city destroying game?
No, that's not the one. That is Ultimate Mayhem.
Rampage.
That's a different
Rampage.
Yeah, Rampage.
Oh, sorry.
With the whole monster things. I love that game, by the way.
Oh, a fantastic game.
But yeah, Mayhem was pretty much a contender to Super Mario Bros. Because it was a
Lemmings.
Lemmings, also a game for the Commodore 64.
Contra.
I remember. But yeah, but that is not
Donkey
my most
Kong,
played console.
Pac-Man.
Like, there was a lot of things I played on, like a few things here and there on the Commodore 64. Then I played on the Atari 2600. And then the first ever, like, modern big console I ever got was the PlayStation 1. Together with the Game Boy. Game Boy.
Hey.
So I had a Game Boy and a Sony PlayStation 1.
Was it the color or the Game Boy?
The Game Boy. The original one, where you had that little flick, so you could like get the cartridge stuck, so it wouldn't go out while you were like running. So it had that little clip, that little let's call it a chipped edge on the cartridges.
A little clip.
A little clip. A little list. Yes. Shut up. But yeah, like I played.
Would you say the clip was that good? Was it amazing?
I love it. I really, really love it.
Good.
But yeah,
no one's gonna know what this is about.
They will know. They will know.
They will know about Nor's little list.
Actually, I am considering uploading it on my YouTube channel so people can just watch a classic.
Should we go on to tropes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Tropes. It's called one. I think I would call that type or that part of the conversation, the aesthetic. Like, what is the aesthetic you enjoy? Are you into toony games? Are you into realistic games, violent games, calm games, family games, so on and so forth?
Realism all the way.
Yeah, I know. You are like realism all the way. Like, if you could get like the most incredible fantasy game, but it was realistic graphics, you would fucking eat that shit raw.
100%.
Yep. So
I don't like toony games. I don't like. I mean, saying I don't like it is maybe a little much, but the games that I play the most have like a realistic feel, or
the game aesthetic you prefer. Right.
Yeah, it's about immersion. Immersion for me. It's I want to feel a part of this universe, and if it's too like cartoony or scuffed in a way, like I just don't feel like it's immersive.
Yeah, it adds a disconnect for you when it's not a world you can't really put yourself into in a way.
Yeah, so the more realistic, the better.
Yeah, all right. And I'm on the complete opposite. I need escapism from reality. So the more toony they are, the more flashy they are, the better. Which is most likely why I always play toony games and JRPGs and stuff like that, because I look at reality every single day, and I am very scared of reality, to be honest, due to, my mental state and stuff. So when I play games, I prefer to play games that are so fantastical and crazy that they couldn't exist. So I don't fear, that's the main problem I have with realistic games, is that I fear that could happen in real life. So for an example, a very horrible scene in one of the Call of Duty games at an airport, if you all remember classic, where like a lot of people are just getting shot down at an airport. when I played that the first time, I feared going outside for 3 weeks. I didn't attend school. I was scared senseless because I thought, what if that happened?
For that. They got a lot of flack for that because it was a simulated terrorist attack.
Yeah, exactly. And like ever since then, I saw that and like played other games that are realistic. I've always directly connected them to reality, which is why I don't like when games have AK-47s, because then people idolizes this weapon and want to own it themselves in real life. That's my thought process. That's not a fact.
That's true. That's true. I've never held an actual weapon in my life, but from playing like shooters, I've been like, I go on YouTube to find out how does this gun actually sound compared to the in-game sound. I know that's fucking weird, but or people using that exact weapon at a shooting range just to see how it like stacks up to the game I'm playing. That's what I like about realism, that I can draw a comparison between the real world.
You can draw parallels.
Yeah.
But I'm not, also for those of you listening, it's not because I'm saying anything about certain laws about guns or anything like that. I am absolutely on an equal ground in that matter. Like, if you like owning a gun, then own a gun and be responsible about it. I certainly don't have any stance on that. If you like guns, you like guns. If you don't like guns, you don't. But my main problem is that every time I play a realistic game, I have the existential fear of it happening in real life, like horror games, shooter games, very violent games. And for an example, Cyberpunk kind of scared me. Like the idea of like, you can end up with a body that is so few percentage you and the rest is machine. That's
more
crazy.
Real than you think it is.
Exactly, but that's so scary. That's why I hate playing it. I don't like playing a game where I feel like real life is about to knock on my door and say, hey, let me take your arm and replace it for a robot arm. You can do so many funny things with it. You can check the internet through your arm. Like, no.
Do a tech episode. Like,
Snooty, sorry, just this is more directed towards Snooty in your previous statements. Going down the rabbit hole of firearms on YouTube. Have you watched the GameSpot series, Firearms Expert Reacts?
No,
because you might enjoy it actually. So they basically, this is not an advertisement, but it's just more recommendations to Snooty because I think you might enjoy it. Where you have someone from the, I think he works in London at like one of the war museums that we have here. One of the royal societies for like war, like firearms and everything, and they basically get like one of the people who works there to play through the games and react to Back 4 Blood's weapons, Armor Freeze guns, to say, oh, this gun is based off like this is what it actually looks like. It's like, oh, that gun is very realistic, it does follow it sometimes, like, that gun's not realistic at all. But it's like one thing as well is like in the Fallout franchise is like, saw the Fat Man mini nuke launcher, and he was like, this is a hilarious weapon to use, but it's not actually that based in video games. Like the US Army did try and find a way of making a portable nuclear weapon with a catapult system. Granted, it wasn't like an over shoulder thing, it was more like an artillery gun, but it's like it's an interesting watch, to be honest. So I think we might enjoy that.
I think we should do like a future tech episode just before talking about Cyberpunk and stuff, because I have some insight to like where we're headed.
That's cool. We can definitely save that for another time.
That'd be interesting.
Definitely.
I've just sent you the link, Crusher. Need to watch later on.
But we're going for both aesthetic and then mechanics. Like, do any of you have a mechanic or a gaming trope you just really don't want in your games? Because I do have one. Bloom into that's more of a setting rather than a mechanic. But
isn't Bloom?
So when
you're firing where the shots like strafe different places.
That's more.
Bloom. Yeah, that's vertical bloom.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
That's a mechanic.
It is a it's a mechanic in shooters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were talking about like the aim blur that happens.
I just thought like you had issues with your brightness setting. Oh god, it's just blurring too much.
That's actually a thing I was gonna ask you with the new Call of Duty Cold War, because I've seen on some maps the sun is so fucking bright you can't see the map.
Oh, for Vanguard.
Is it
no
Vanguard?
Cold War?
The Cold War's the game that's out. Vanguard's the game that's coming out. There was actually a blog post where they nerfed the sun. Those were in the patch notes.
Because you couldn't see.
Players complains that like the glare from the sun and the lighting was just a little bit too powerful, when people were having issues actually like a little bit too powerful. So they have nerfed by nerfed I mean they've reworked the lighting apparently to make it a little bit easier to play the maps.
But I'm talking about Bloom, like reticle.
Yeah.
Like
yes.
when you don't, your bullets don't hit where you want them to. Like
you want all your shots to just hit where your crosshair is, not anywhere else. Then you would love Call of Duty, honestly.
It would be different if it was like a movement penalty, but in, let's just say Fortnite, it has reticle bloom, and it doesn't matter if you stand still or if you move. You still have bloom all the time.
Bullet RNG in Fortnite.
Yeah, bullet RNG. What the fuck is that? Stop doing that. That's a peeve of mine. I don't like
it. It should be a nice middle ground. Like you would at least want the first like bullet or so to hit where you are aiming at. That's kind of the points. But like bloom afterwards kind of to me makes sense, you know, as the weapon recoil starts to kick in and all that. But like that initial shot shouldn't be RNG. That should be where you are pointing, because well, I know, but then it's going to be like, well, actually, you got to take into consideration the conditions that you're shooting in, like wind and everything. I don't fucking care. This is not real life. This is a video game.
Yeah, exactly.
If I wanted to shoot like that, I'd play Sniper Elite. You know, where you actually have to take into account wind direction and speed.
Yeah.
Oh, Sniper
No,
Elite,
I'm playing Call of Duty and I want to 360 no scope someone. All right.
We're talking about recall. There are recall patterns that you can learn, like in good shooting.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's comparable to reticle bloom.
No. I mean, like the reticle bloom in Fortnite is already there from the first shots. It's not like the first few shots are where you aim and then the recoil takes over. It's like it feels like your first shot with an assault rifle. If you have your crosshairs exactly on someone's head, you want to hit a headshot. But then the bullet all of a sudden hits them in the arm, or it just misses them completely, and it's like, well, I was aiming at them.
And you've just given away your position, and then they 180 you, and you're getting.
But if it's like you had your reticule on them, you fired the first shot hits them, and then the recoil kicks in. You know, that's okay. But it's like inherent bullet RNG. I mean, I could just be talking out my ass here, and maybe I'm just bad at video games, which is true. I have considered this argument, but
but no,
I get it.
Go, TJ. What's your peeve? What's your
my pet peeve is definitely. Well, I've already talked about grinding in games.
Yeah.
That's the point which turns me off completely. I really hate modern day games where they are live service.
Yeah,
that's a trope that I really detest, because I'm not gonna like the route I want to go down is not like back in my day and stuff like that. It's like I'm playing a game because I want. It's like if I load up a game, I know I'm depending on, of course, on the game. Like if I play Assassin's Creed, for instance, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, you can complete that game in how many hours? I mean, you would have played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, or just one of the old school Assassin's Creed games.
It depends on if you're an explorer or if you just go for a story.
But let's say like you do a little bit of everything. You don't 100% complete the game, but you complete the story, do a few side things. Say
8 hours.
10, maybe 10, 12 hours, shall we say. So, like, I kind of, when I buy a game and I know I'm going to get about 12 hours of this game, it's going to take me 12 hours to complete, and then I've completed it. Maybe there's a little bit of post-game content, but the game's done. Like, that's it. Draw a line under it, move on. But it's like, going into games where it's more of a live service, like Anthem is a big issue with this. I never played Anthem because, well, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. It's grindy, but also it's like, we're going to give you some of the game now. We're going to keep on adding content. No, just give us the content now. Let me consume the however many hours you actually put in the game, and then DLC, I'll consider it later on. But it's like with stuff where they withhold content with the intention of we are going to sell this back to you, that just annoys me.
Yeah.
Like I want a complete product.
Imagine that business platform in any other thing. Like you go to a restaurant, I want this meal. Okay, here's the burger.
Oh, I've seen this meme.
I'll give you the fries in a minute.
You arrived, you pre-ordered, you ordered this on the way to the store, so you do get the mustard with your burger. We can give you that.
Don't do that. Just give me the
loyalty card, sesame seeds on your bun. No, like you order, like I ordered a game. I want to play the game. I will give you money for the game. But if you give me a half-complete product, don't expect me to like carry on putting money into it when I realized that that's the going back to Destiny. That was the one thing that really grinds my gears about Destiny, is that the first DLC they had, I cannot for the life of me remember the DLC name. I'm sure someone would eventually, but the idea was that you had the main campaign, and then a couple months down the line, Bungie were going to release content for the game, like an expansion pass, similar to like World of Warcraft with their expansion pass. And that was going to be a couple of months later. But then we found out that the first DLC that was meant to be released in like 4 months after launch was already on the disc.
Yep.
They just locked the content out to you, and they put it behind a paywall. And that just, another big reason why I just didn't play Destiny again is like, that's just really scummy, honestly. Like,
and pay to win systems too.
And pay to win. Another thing that annoys me about modern games is, especially Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm looking at you, buddy. I'm looking at you. Quite literally, my shelf is right next to me here. Like when I load up the game and it's like, so first of all, like the direction we could, I'm sure me and Snooty could talk about this, where Assassin's Creed games have gone a lot more RPG and a lot more open world than what they were when they were originally
boosters.
Yeah, boosters for gameplay, like time skips. Oh my god, I hate time skips, to be honest. I'm not like I understand that people, don't have enough time as other people, and sometimes a time skip might be quite, appealing to them. It's like, hey, I work 2 jobs, I have kids, I have family commitments. I can only play like, 1 or 2 hours if I'm lucky to enjoy that game. So something like a time skip, I can understand the appeal of it. But that doesn't mean that the game itself's mechanics in terms of looting, material gathering, has to be so goddamn grindy, where even if you're playing like 4 hours or so every now and again, you think, you know what? This is going to take me like 2 months to get the game, to get whatever I'm working towards. I'd rather just pay like £5 to get the material now. And it's like, no, just balance your game better.
Yeah, it's just a cheap cop-out to like earn more money.
Pokemon Unite. Oh, do not get me started on Pokemon.
Yeah. That item enhancer bullshit that can fuck right off. Just give
no. I'm on about the 2-month grind for a Garchomp.
Oh, yeah. The weekly cap of fucking Eos coins. Why? Hello?
Eos coin weekly cap.
Imagine if you were playing Smite and they said, nope, you can't get any more gold. You can't get any more favor. Yeah. You've gotten enough this week.
Okay. So I'll explain to Crusher. I don't think has actually played Pokemon Unite or understands the mechanics. So essentially, the currency you use is gold or premium currency. So the gold to earn a Pokemon, for instance, is about, on average, it's about, you need 6,000 or 8,000. Garchomp, for whatever reason, was 10,000. I don't fucking know why. I don't understand how they price it these days. But anyway, your average gold income on a game is 60 coins. And you're meant to save up to 10,000. Obviously, there are like missions and daily challenges to get you like, oh, here's 100 coins, here's 200 coins. But you own from actually playing the game for a win, I think you get about 60 coins. And then the games only last 10 minutes, so you think, oh, okay, you can actually play a lot of games in that time. There is a weekly coin limit of 2,000.
500. 2,500 now. They had to increase it, and it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
How nuts is that? So to get Garchomp through purely playing the game, no daily challenges, no missions, it will take a minimum of 4 weeks to accrue the money.
Of constant gaming.
Oh, that's also assuming that you hit the coin limit every week, which is about
abhorrent.
It's a lot of games as well, so you're having to.
If I heard that about a game, I would instantly just be meh.
Yeah,
I'm only here because I'm just Pokemon, to be honest. But I've not played the game since. I've not been on it for a while.
Oh.
I hit Ultra Rank, and so I've just not played it.
Yeah, like speaking of Pokemon, I'm way more interested in actually Brilliant Pearl and Shining. No, it's the other way around.
Yes.
Shining Diamond and Brilliant Pearl. No. Fuck! I can't do these names. Why did I keep doing it like this?
The Gen 4 remakes.
Yeah,
yes,
Gen 4 remakes. Let's call it that. Sinnoh, Returno. Yeah.
In about 30 days.
I'm more excited about that than Pokemon Unite. But yeah, I have only 2.
Time.
Yeah, I only have 2 peeves. And they're
Go on, let's get your peeves out of the way. We got some anime to talk about.
Yes, we do. I hate limited character pools in auto battlers. Please don't do this. If you're a developer and you make an auto battler, stop doing this shit. It ruins the fucking game. Don't do it. It's so annoying when developers choose to only make 1 or 2 compositions the best one in the game, and then the rest don't matter. And then they have the fucking audacity to say, well, there's only 10 or 12 of this very piece, so better be quick about it. No,
but
fuck
isn't that
off.
like card games? Like
that's
real card games?
No, because in card games, it's everything.
Is that more of a balance? I think that's more of a balance thing, to be honest.
No.
Like, only 2 compositions are viable. That's more of a balance thing.
But like that is the common ground of auto battlers, is that not many compositions are good because they aren't balanced well. But having a limited character pool, like limited of every single character,
limited number of pieces.
Yeah. So like for an example, let's say this 1 cost unit, there's only 12 in the entire match that you can get, which means that 1 can get a 3 cost, and the rest kind of have to jumble about to get a piece of that. But that is a problem in my opinion, because the main thing that should make, an auto battler enticing and interesting is to make the composition you want and not be restricted by it. And that is so annoying when that is actually what every auto battler have done.
Are you restricted by the amount of pieces you have available, or the compositions that you can actually run? Because to me,
the pieces, the amount of pieces.
If I played TFT and I knew what the strongest meta composition was, and I knew that these pieces are not limited, anyone can get them, you would just have, like, in a ranked setting, you would just have 8 people running the exact same comp.
Yeah,
and that's boring as fuck.
Yeah, and that's why the balancing is the work you need to do. It's a cheap cop-out for balancing all the compositions to make them all good. That's the main problem. If they don't have to do that because there's a restricted amount of pieces per level. And that is very annoying, because you are kind of forcing this kind of meta where the ones who are luckier wins all the time. You can't even win on just being better and understanding the game better. You have to go A or B, else it's useless. And if somebody is faster / luckier than you, then GG.
But that's
a waste of time.
That's also card games in a nutshell. Like,
no, because card games, you have a card deck each. You don't have a card deck each.
Yeah,
it's one collective pool in Auto Battler, separated by 8 players.
Yes, it's true, but the best player in the world can still get really awful luck. Like, I know that's
true.
Most like, you talk about Magic the Gathering decks, like there's actually, it's actually a really interesting, like, mathematical thing as well to increase your chances of getting the cards that you want. But you're only increasing chances. You don't really guarantee cards. No, you either draw the card or you draw the card that searches for the other card. What if you have a deck, because obviously you still need 40 cards, and you just don't get the search cards, or you get the main cards you're looking for, and your opponent gets all of them instantly? It doesn't matter about skill at that point. That's just RNG. Yeah.
But that is the very difference.
Auto battles are.
No, not really, because the big difference we have here is that We're 8 players, about 1 deck. We are sharing 1 deck each, and we're drawing 5 cards from that deck each and putting it back into the pile after picking out the piece we want to buy. But in normal card games, you have a structured deck each, and they can't just go over and say, oh, I want to draw from your bag here. That's not how it works in card games. You have your own deck that you have constructed yourself. And then it's about RNG for your own build. And your own. You can't make a build in an auto battler. That's the main thing. You have to build it out of a random pool every single game. You can't just say, I have a loadout of these cards that will be used for this.
I would just play devil's advocate because I know that we're on time. Because I was just play devil's advocate once, but doesn't that mean that the better players will work with what they've got?
Yes.
Wouldn't a top tier TFT player be able to pull out a very strong composition early on based on what they get, and like make the most of the pieces that are available? That to me is where the skill ceiling is.
But that's where the problem lies, because
that it shouldn't be a skill ceiling.
Like skill ceiling is such an arbitrary,
It exists
aspect
in every game.
Yeah, but you can't just base an RNG based game on skill, because there is no skill in a game where RNG weighs more than the skill. Like, you can know as much as you want about the game, but if you're not lucky enough,
then why is everyone not in the top tier of ranked gameplay if there's no skill?
Ooh.
How are they ranked then?
They're not lucky enough.
What's your next piece?
Yes, anyway, let's talk about anime, because I can keep arguing with Wolfie all day.
I've been listening because I don't know anything about TFT, so I'm just aren't you guys arguing the same stuff? Anyways, next piece, please.
Yeah, my next piece is just I hate puzzles in games. Remove them from all of my games. Remove puzzle games from existence. I fucking hate puzzles. I have the pattern understanding of a toddler. Leave me alone with your fucking triangles into squares. Fuck off.
I think that they should be what's the word? You should be able to put like a check mark if you want puzzles. Yes.
Yeah. Let me remove them.
So if you're just playing for like story and you don't want the extra hassle of trying to figure out all these things, I just want to get done with the story, the other aspects of the gameplay, then let me remove it.
Which is why I fucking hate the Portal.
I kind of feel you, but also in some games I think it's like, could you imagine Uncharted without any of the puzzles?
Yeah, that would be a nice game. I could actually just shoot things and move on. I don't have to fiddle with shitty pieces that aren't fun.
We're in Woofy's server for this call. If we were in our group chat, I would just kick him on the spot.
I like Uncharted, by the way. I just dislike puzzles because they are pointless and annoying, and just obstacles because they can't pad out their games better. But yeah, let's move on.
Please, for love of God, I'm gonna murder a bitch right now.
if we didn't have,
I'm gonna show these on camera. My freaking special edition Uncharted. Steel bookcase. Behind me, I have 2 Uncharted posters as well. But anyway, no.
And we are at the end of this whole gaming talk, because else it'll take way too long, as the others have mentioned. Well,
we need some subscriber content.
Yeah, of course, we need some content. But we have been going through the Zone's Outpost anime recommendation for this month, and this time around, it was Snooty's turn. So, can you introduce us to what we've been watching this month?
We've been watching High Rise Invasion, the greatest anime, just kidding, ever. Do you want just a quick recap?
Yeah. Give us a quick synopsis of what's going on.
People are seemingly plucked out of the real world and put into this other world where they are in like a world where there only exist like high-rise buildings and rope bridges to connect all of them. And there are these masked people. There are the regular masks who are called angels. Then there are the frowny masks who are archangels. And then there are the no-face masks who give the people who transported into this world an ability called being closer to God.
A God candidate.
Yeah, God candidate. And which allows you to control some of these masks sometimes, and other times you get the girl who can operate that crazy fucking weapon for no reason and is otherwise useless.
That was kind of very segmented, but yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it. So you have to kind of survive or get killed. These masks will try to either, despair, and they have two main functions. One of them is to cause despair in the person playing the game, to make them commit suicide, and the other one I can't remember. They have two functions, but they can't kill the people outright unless they are threatened,
or unless they get commanded to do so.
Yeah, by a person who can control a mask, right?
Yeah,
or the program itself.
I think the second reason is they more like police the like.
But those are the archangels. The
archangels, yeah.
The normal masks, angels, can't kill people outright unless they are commanded to do so by people who can control them, who are closer to God. So the whole game is being the new God. And apart from a lot of unnecessary panty shots, I think it was an okay show.
Okay.
It was. I give it an average out of.
Okay, same. I mean, I liked it for what it was. I didn't like that there was so much ketchup going on because it didn't look like blood.
Ketchup?
It was just ketchup all over. Like, that's the worst blood I've ever seen in an anime, I'm sorry to say. It literally looked like chunky ketchup, and I couldn't take it seriously when they got cut, and it's like, oh, my arm! And then I'm like, well, that Heinz is not gonna get used anytime soon. But overall, I think what I liked so much about this series is that it's an isekai that has done something new. Finally, an isekai that did something new! Instead of having, we're in an MMO world. This time it was, you're in high-rise buildings, you can't reach the bottom floor because that's blocked off. You can only go up and up to the floor. And then you have to travel from building to building through rope bridges instead of like going out on the street and then going to the next building. I really like that idea because it destroyed the whole idea of, oh no, we're trapped somewhere. No, you are actually not trapped. But you can't reach the ground unless you want to splatter into Heinz ketchup,
I want to say, at first, before all of this God thing or the plot was revealed of why they were there, I thought it was like a take on like the suicide culture. Like, I thought it was because she tried to save someone, and I thought it was kind of a take on like people who commit suicide. But then they revealed the rest of the plot, and I was like, eh?
Yeah, the plot was a little bit weird, but I did like that the characters were... I would say this sounds really weird, but that's because I do watch some outrageous shit sometimes in the anime space, but believable characters. I believed in Yuri Honjo the entire way, the main protagonist, by the way.
Yep.
I believed in her personality. She was just a crazy young girl that wanted to survive and utilize her personality to that advantage, or to that goal. And I believed in Mayu Kunise. I don't know much about her, honestly, since the anime never really told us much, just a few flashbacks here and there. But I believe that she was a very lonely girl, and she felt saved by Yuri Honjo because she was the first person to just accept her as a person instead of, hey, you shit, go away. You're the reason for all our unfortunate events, all that kind of stuff. And Kuon, she was kind of weird. She was kind of alien. Like, I've never seen a person that has turquoise eyebrows. I've never seen that ever in my life.
But that was my point. She's so useless except for that super weapon.
Yeah. She is the only god candidate that can use a weapon called the railgun, which is a huge tower in the middle of the city. And that is a large laser gun, and she can fire it wherever she needs to as long as she has the coordinates. But yeah, the whole series was pretty much just Osama game, if you ask me. Like, it was just, who can become the next king? Hey, there we go. Everybody kill each other. Use these people with masks that are pretty much brain dead or brainwashed. You just control them, and then you can make them do your dirty bidding.
Oh yeah, and once you have the mask on, you can't ever take it off because your brain is completely reprogrammed.
Yeah, it's rewired to the mask.
So if your mask is destroyed, you basically have a command in your head that tells you to kill yourself.
Yeah, but is it in their voice or is it a message from the tower itself, the railgun?
From the tower.
I am very sure that the railgun is pretty much where that thing lies that gives the commands to do these things.
Yeah, because everyone is trying to get there.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
TJ,
That's
your opinion.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised that my ecchi as fuck battle royale anime all of a sudden had the Doom music kick in. The first thing that stood out to me was the soundtrack freaking slaps.
Oh, it does.
I agree. And the opening.
The soundtrack and the audio was perfect. It felt good to watch this show at times. But now I'm going to piss on it. So, well, no, not really. I enjoyed my time with the show. A few things that I weren't expecting, or / what the show did really well is, we talk about all these like god candidates and the masks and all that and the rules. I think the show does a really great idea of pacing that. Like, we don't actually reveal what the show is even about until episode 8. When we actually get, oh, by the way, here's all the exposition that you actually needed. So the first 7 episodes, like, all of a sudden we find ourselves in this weird high-rise world with masks and guns and, suicide and stuff like that. And for the first half of the show, it definitely was a case of survival, really. It's like, we're going to meet, colourful cast of characters that are, that are unique to each other. As well. So yeah, the soundtrack was great. I think the casting was good. I didn't have any issues with any of the voice acting or anything like that. I didn't have an issue with the ketchup blood, but of course I have a weird opinion when it comes to ketchup, so I didn't really particularly mind that.
Ketchup sandwich general.
Yeah. I'm glad that the show was only a first season. Because I got to season 11. I don't think so. I got to episode 11, and it's like, how the hell are they going to wrap this show up?
Yeah, how are they going to do that?
Obviously, like we go into the show blind. We didn't know that this was actually going to be a season 2 in the works, which there is, which is only revealed at the end of episode 12. But it's like, we're here at episode 11. The good guys have all met up and are going to go for this big climactic battle. It's like, great, but we've still, are we going to do a climactic battle, end off character arcs, and possibly escape this world in the next 20 minutes? And I'm glad they didn't. They left it on a really nice cliffhanger, which I saw coming a mile off. Jesus Christ, that was a neon sign advertising that twist at the end. I say twist. Of course, we go into spoiler territory here with the ending, which is, you have Yuri Honjo's brother, Rika, who is
we actually never explained that.
Yeah, we never.
Well. Normally, a brother and sister are 2 siblings who share the same parents. Wolfie, I don't think I really need to explain that.
But that Rika was a character.
Yeah, we never.
Rika is Rika's Yuri Honjo's brother, who apparently is like the god tier senpai of all things. God
tier senpai.
Yuri has such a big brother complex.
Yeah.
Which,
it
didn't. It's like I'm so used to the trope anyway, so it's like you just water off a duck's back and all that. So whatever. It's
better than a little sister complex. I'll just
shut up about Gorge. Gorge senpai is beautiful, okay?
But anyway, so Rika gets captured by the big bads, the god candidates, who is really uninspired as a villain, to be honest. The guy's just batshit insane. They don't really it's kind of that trope of in other isekais or Fate as well. It's like the bad guy is normally someone who's a megalomaniacal, cartoonish villain that wants to reshape the world. They only want peace by subjugating everyone else. They have their own ideals. Yeah, seen it a million times before. So this character doesn't do anything new to me. But Rika gets captured, And what happens at the ending is that Rika gets like transformed or turned into a mask, essentially.
Maybe
He gets given, he's forced to wear a mask, and he gets the codes, the imprints.
Mask.
We don't know what mask. Of course, we have said that you have the laughing, the crying, and the blank mask. I'm gonna probably assume a smiling mask, knowing the villain, because everyone has to be his underling. To be honest, like even Kusakabe, the pink-haired like kind of deputy person, as kind of like a second in command character, also wears a smiling mask because she's not an archangel. And the Aikawa, is the name of the villain, has kind of a contempt towards the archangels as well. So it's most likely going to be a smiling mask based off that.
Probably, yeah. I think I would add to the villain. I think that his underlings, as you call them, are better characters than he is.
Yes, 100%.
I thought he was lacking so much development, and he's introduced in like one episode. He has to sit down with Rika, and then he's like in 5 minutes in the rest of the episodes.
Yeah.
We see him coordinate the last attack, and then that's pretty much it.
I would have much preferred it if the villain stayed as an unshown character on the end of a phone.
I'll agree.
He was so much more intriguing that way, but then it's like, oh hey, it's just this random dorky kid. Essentially, it's like, it's not really menacing at all. He's just he's a few sandwiches short of a picnic, if you ask me. He's absolutely batshit crazy.
That's a good analogy. I like it.
What the fuck?
A few pickles off a picnic.
But a few pickles short of a perfect burger is another analogy you could use. Even though I don't actually have pickles on my burger, but that's not the point. But yeah, like I enjoyed the show. In terms of talk about tropes and stuff, masked characters in any show are just a really quick way of becoming my favorite characters.
Yes.
Talking about Vanir in Konosuba, you have Vanir is such an amazing character. I love Vanir. Is a masked character. Black Bullets. I don't know if Crusher's seen Black Bullets. There is a masked character who's kind of like the anti-hero in that as well. And his name is really escaping me at this point, but I love his character design. And so when I saw a show with loads of masked characters, like, this is just a really easy way of becoming my favorite character, to be honest.
Sniper Mask for the win.
Yeah, Sniper Mask.
Sniper Mask is a badass.
Also, he is in English voiced by Jonah Scott. And let me just say, that is maybe one of the few English voice actors that is fucking incredible at their job. Let me just tell you, if you hear both the Japanese and the English version of Sniper Mask, both of them, chef's kiss. They really chose some good voice actors for Sniper Mask, and his personality is pretty much what I would call perfection of an ally. He has his individuality, but he's not afraid to sacrifice himself for others, which is pretty impressive considering he used to be a mask that was brainwashed into just bringing people to despair and make them commit suicide, He went from a very basic character to maybe one of the most complex ones in the whole story. Because he's kind of on both sides.
There was actually intrigue with this character.
Exactly.
There were things we wanted to know. You got invested in him. You wanted to know his backstory. You wanted, a big driving thread throughout the entire thing is that he knows that Rika is Yuri's brother, and he's like, I know Rika. Like before I went into this world.
Yeah, I think I know this
some
person.
Form of friendship, and it was and that was creating internal conflict. He's there to try and cause Yuri to go into despair, but at the same time, there's actual threads of characters to work with here, and that's why I really like Sniper character. I think the award for best girl is as soon as I saw it, Miyuko Nize, just best girl.
Thank you. Finally, we can agree on a waifu. Finally,
Nize is precious and should be protected at all costs.
This main
and she also got a mask as well, which just elevates that completely up. But aside from that, like, it was an alright show. The action set pieces were good. The different I did appreciate the different masks that they had, like different characters.
There were some goofy, funny ones.
The maid mask, the swimmer mask.
I am justice.
Dude, the swimmer mask. I laughed out loud so many times by him. He's so fucking funny.
Justice mask.
Justice.
Yeah, that
mask,
was Great Angel. That's actually the Archangel, because the other ones that you were referring to with the frowning masks were called Guardian Angels, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah, Guardian Angel.
Yeah,
sorry,
because he was the Archangel. That's why I said like summon the Great Angel, the very very basic ass villain set.
True.
And then you saw that little scrawny asshole going around. I got your thing, sir. And then I will remove your seal.
No. He was being dominated by the villain.
Yeah, by the villain. As I said, like the basic ass villain turned him into a scrawny little bitch. And then he's like, now I'm gonna make you kill everyone. Activate
and now all of a sudden,
powers.
the guy literally catches a bullet that's about to hit him in the face.
From a sniper.
From a
sniper.
From sniper mask as well. So the mask is giving him an increased accuracy as well. Like, he just catches it. Like,
It's just like, no, go away.
So it's a more extreme version of catching a fly with the chopsticks.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know,
but it was good.
The show is campy. It doesn't, but it's. By that I mean, like, the show is ridiculous with its action scenes, but the show also knows it's being ridiculous. So it's got some self-awareness about it, which allows it to pull off these absolutely batshit insane mass characters, which I just wish got more screen time before they were creatively disemboweled by other people.
But yeah, thank you for
it was I just wished the villain was an actual villain, you know?
That'll happen in season 2, don't worry.
The ending left a little bit to be desired, and the villain could be better, but I'm sort of looking forward to season 2. I think I've figured out a bunch of stuff that they'll most likely do, which I won't get into because it's spoilers. But yeah, it was a complete blind recommendation. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think for
6.
me,
I gave it a 7 actually.
7.
I gave it a 7.
It's a serviceable show. You'll have fun with it. Just be prepared for a lot of edgy. Jesus Christ, there were sometimes.
A couple of points where I was like, oh, she's jumping from this roof to this roof. Okay, how are we gonna do this shot? Okay, panty shot. Okay, yep, got it.
I also like as well, there was a moment where one of the characters recognizes the other purely by their panties.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she
must be her.
Yes. Oh, the striped ones, yeah. Anyway, next recommendation.
Yeah, but that was it for this episode. Next time around, for the next Zone's Outpost anime recommendation, is going to be my turn again. We have gone full circle. Or it's actually my turn now for the first time. It started with TJ, actually.
It will go full circle.
Yeah, now we have gone full circle with my turn. And this time around, it is going to be Golden Kamui Season 1, which is essentially an anime version of National Treasure.
Okay.
And it is hilarious.
Do I get anime Nick Cage?
It's not an anime Nick Cage. It's like National Treasure without Nick Cage and just
it's not
a whole cast of lovable characters. Because it's just as crazy as National Treasure, just not Nicolas Cage crazy. It is more crazy in terms of how ridiculous the situations get, because they act very natural. I really love this series, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it for episode 6. But that was everything from us here with... oh, wait. This is episode 4, isn't it?
I don't know.
No, it's episode 5. It's episode 5. My bad.
Okay.
But yeah, that was it for episode 5. We'll see you all in episode 6. We don't know what the general genre will be, or theme of that episode.
Topic.
But we're just gonna go and figure that one out throughout the month. Thank you everybody for watching. Hi.
Bye.
Bye.